Hello you guys, this is SerpentOfTheNight. I'm out at kind of an abandoned place, just kind of outside the city. And this is one of these things for urban exploration, so I guess this would be the first thing. But this, I believe, was an old railroad station. It's fairly close to some old rail lines, but again, I don't believe this was where it originally was. It probably's been moved. And there's some old house here too, but I'm not going into that. But this is the main thing, because this is just so decrepit and whatnot. I want to make sure I got some video of this while it's still around. I mean, I'm pretty confident it is an old railroad depot. I mean, it's that or it's some old structure of some sort, but it's had its day. It's been long gone. It's in pretty sad shape, honestly. It probably won't be around much longer. It's just a dirt floor. Not much to it, really. There's some old farm buildings around here, which they're not really interesting. This is the main thing that was just interesting. It could have been in a small house or something. I don't know, so I guess I'm sort of just leery of this structure just collapsing because of how bad it looks from the roof and whatnot, so I'm trying to be very cautious as to where I'm walking. There's junk inside of it. Try to get a photo from it. Well, I mean, it's been converted. It's not been a railroad depot for quite some time, if that's the case. But it's kind of what it seems like, because there's some other railroad stuff on the property. And that's kind of what I always assumed when I would drive by here. I guess it's what it is. I'm not really trusting any of these boards to go and walk on. I'm just staying on the dirt, but if you can tell, it's pretty sad shape. Yeah, it's what it is. I mean, not much to this, really. It's just a small, I'm guessing, abandoned railroad depot that somebody, my guess from the house that's also on this property, some old train buff bought and probably is in like a nursing home. But there's the old curtains. Really, it's creepy if you think about it. I did try to knock on the door. I didn't see anybody. I just saw stuff. There's an old weed whacker. So, I mean, this has been repurposed for quite some time, and there's the old fuse box up there. But yeah, I really don't know that this would be around that much longer. I mean, nothing too specific with it, really. It's just, I believe it's an old railroad depot, potentially, just from the way it looks. I'll try my best to get around it. I guess, like, here's the outside of it. Yeah, the roof shingles are falling off. It's pretty sad shape. Yes, I am wearing blue jeans, but I'm not got my long sleeve shirts on or anything. So this is just how it's gonna be. Yeah, I mean, it could have been an old house. I'm not really sure. There's a whole bunch of just some old buildings around this property. Again, not that interesting. This is probably the most interesting thing. The other side's got something like this. I'll try to get a view from the back. Let this get focused. And that, but yeah, overall, it's not too interesting of a property. It's just, I guess, I'm guessing it's old rail depot. It could just be an old house that was built, but hey, I don't really know. And but I'll go and skip to where some of the railroad stuff on the property is. Oh, see, here's the old decking porch. The other side. Again, it's not, I mean, none of this is too interesting. It's just old properties. I've been around in plenty of them over my young life, which is really kind of strange to think about, but I have. I've been in more than I care to think about it. Looks like an old barbecue pit here right next to it, and there's old kitchen stuff and farm equipment. Looks like an old cistern right there, so I don't want to go too close, but let me stop recording. I'm not sure about that picture, but yeah, it's just an old cistern. Yeah, you gotta be careful with these when you're out here, like just walking around these properties, but the roof's in really bad shape. Again, there's an old house, there's a few outbuildings around here, but I'm not too interested in them, at least not for today. Well, maybe I'll look on them, but I mean, here's just piles of stuff. Like I said, this looks like an old barbecue pit. I think. Make my way through stuff. That's just equipment. I guess, well, we'll just do this one too, since it's open. Not really, again, I'm not super into just going into old buildings because I've been around them a lot. Old TVs, old farm equipment, old plows. Story with a plow. Old tillers, old farm equipment, old china, like your insulators for on power lines or railroad things. There's a few railroad stuff about, which that's kind of why I suspect it is. That's an interesting device. Okay. Like an old makeshift buggy thing with old horse saddles on it. Interesting, all interesting. I guess I kind of wonder how long this property is going to be around, which is why we do this. But yeah, there's some modern stuff like that's a power washer, so yeah, I don't know. Hey, it's the property it is. An old outhouse. Not too interesting, I don't think. I'm not really interested in going into outhouses. But hey, that one at least has got a good roof. That looks like it'd be sustained for a bit. There's an old house. I might try to get into it at some later point. Again, there's a ton of stuff in there. Didn't have anybody. Just looks like an old person's house. But yeah, this is the main thing. Yeah, just junk about. A lot of this stuff looks, I don't know, been 2-3 years probably since it's been last used or something. Also a little shed here. Roof's caving in. I'm not really sure if I can get into this one. Yeah, there's a padlock on it. Oh wait, no, it is open. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, again, rule is basically my rule. I'm not going to go into stuff which is intentionally locked or whatnot, but hey, I'm fine taking a peek. Move that. We'll take a look inside. That's really getting focused. Just crappy little shed, roof's leaking in. Again, some of this stuff's modern. Some of it looks like an old boiler over there or something. I'm not really going in it. But hey, that's just how things work, and they're interesting little properties. But hey, again, there's things you do, there's things you don't do. So, yep. Again, just a few more outbuildings, nothing too interesting. It's a nice, peaceful place out here, gotta say that much. But, well, I'll take a peek in them, I guess, if I can. I gotta go about it a different way. This shed doesn't look like too much, just an old shed. Again, probably it's just stuff being stored in here or whatnot. Just that's what I'm guessing. I always wonder. Pop these things open. Old piano. Gotta say that. A air compressor. Just stuff. Again, I might take more time. I might come back and investigate more some later point. But, not too into that right now. I got things to be doing shortly. So there's this. Here's this shed. Probably won't. Well, just take a look inside. Of course, all this fake rhubarb. I really doubt it's real. But it could be. Yeah. Not too much in that shed. Yeah, and all this looks like it's been 2 or 3 years since it's last been maintained. Last been used. Just a nice carpland out there. Well, I'll take a photo. Actually, I'll just quickly run to the railroad crossing, which kind of is the one reason that really drew me in to suspect that's the it's a depot, but it could not be. Again, I don't know. I might try at some later point to get into the house or something, but we'll see. Just an old person's house, so I've been in many of them. Yeah, so there's the railroad crossing sign in the yard. Yeah. Back for more. I realize I have a whole bunch of stinking time before I have to be where I have to be next. So, yeah, there's the railroad crossing sign. Talk about it right there. I'm not going to dust it off. There's plenty of dust on it. I just don't need to get on me. Old porch post. Looks like some old tillers. Again, old TV. Steak stuff back in the other building. I'm just trying to take more photos. Old John Deere 110 dishes, pitchforks. This stuff, just all this stuff just in here. I mean, this one's at least got a newer roof. Concrete mixer. Yeah, it's kind of strange. But hey, I've been in plenty of these. One spreader. Whoops, that was my foot. One hosing. Another decrepit John Deere power washer. Again, this is what I said it was. It's not much. Plow. Not too much here. Again, I don't know that that's buildings or railroad depot. It could easily be. It could just be an old house. There's some old license plates like on the building all for Iowa, which makes sense because I'm in Iowa. Old outhouse again. I'm gonna skip it. Just see if there's anything else on this property. Yeah, this roof looks fairly new. I mean, it's been replaced probably within 6 or 7 years. So it's maybe 7 years old, maybe, but pretty good shape still. Yeah, just cropland, just stuff. I mean, this would have been an old farmstead. Old equipment just lying about back in there. Don't care too much to get myself all dirty for that right now. Might come back if this place is still here. There's some old fruit trees, I think, but not really sure what they are. House is over there. to the right, but I'm just trying to skip on it because, hey, there could be somebody living there, and I mean, nobody answered when I knocked, but so that's that. I'll just try to take more photos and get some photographs and stuff, and maybe try to go more in this thing and get some stuff and see. So, alright, well, I'm gonna take a look better in here. Old dining room chairs, old grinding disc. Yeah, it's been a while. You see the mushrooms growing at the feet. I should be wearing worse shoes. Just doors, old for sale sign. Looks like an old boiler or something, some old furniture. The idiocy. Caution tape. Where there really should be one now. Just boxes of nails. Nothing too much exciting in here except some old chairs. And the light. It's right out there, the other building. Well, not much for in here. Just some old stuff, grinders. I mean, I'm honestly, I have to guess this was some old, couple's place. Maybe one of them died and the other one went to a nursing home or something. I mean, it's been like this for at least 2 years that I know of, kind of falling apart in a decrepit state. So, yeah. So that's this place, or for this building right in here. Just one story about this place. Yeah, there's just stuff in here that makes me think of some old rail guy. Again, the old piano, some feed troughs, compressor. Trying to keep this door open. So I think it's gonna not swing back. Old school desk, old other Iowa license plates. Can't see much back here. Old, that's old, that would be antique, but hey, it's not that good a shape. Maybe some old fishing poles. Just stuff. I'll try to take some better photos of them in here. Metal plate on the ground. So there's a piano. It's all covered down, so I can't tell you what it is. Yeah, just some old stuff. Old bikes, old saws. Man, this would be a really scary place to be in. But that's an old church pew. Blow dryer. Various tools and whatnot for around the shop. And then a bell. Which, don't know where that came out of. Old lanterns. None of this looks specifically railroad. Most of the general stuff, but there's some old saddle. An old kid saddle, I guess. Again, has to be neat, all collectibles, but who knows, they'll probably get torn down fairly soon. And there's a window of light. Kind of boarded up there. Old church pew. Looks like some birds were trying to use it as a nest. Yeah, I'll try to get some better pictures in here, so.